World's Strongest Man, Mitchell Hooper here, and I'm going to give you a full day of eating. Right now I'm prepping for the Arnold Strongman Classic 2025 and 2025 World's Strongest Man. I'm currently 320 pounds, making my way up to about 330 pounds by the time the competition comes around. So it's time to reveal World's Strongest Man bulking diet for you. Go ahead and pop in the comments how many calories you think that's going to be and how much protein, and I'm going to get started with some breakfast. So one thing that you guys know who have watched me for a while, a staple of my mornings is yogurt and orange juice. This is plain Greek yogurt, and we're gonna put just a couple of scoops in here. I chuck it in my blender bottle. For those of you who are trying this, it makes it so much smoother. And for those who haven't tried it yet, stop judging until you try. I don't have particular measurements for much, but I would estimate this to be about 2 cups of OJ, and then about 3/4 of a cup of plain Greek yogurt. And this was brought to me by Stan Efferding, and it is the orange slurry healthy macro version. I drink this a couple of times a day, so you guys will see this featured a little bit, but in a day, I'll probably go through most of this tub, which is 900 grams. I also, in the microwave, have thrown some eggs, and there's some ground beef in there as well. That's just a leftover, that's not a staple for me, but I would estimate we've got 3 eggs and about 2 ounces of ground beef, not too much. And then I will finish it off with a protein shake, a couple of scoops of mutant whey isolate. We'll get to that in a minute, but let's knock out the OJ and the egg. With a strongman diet, one of the most difficult parts is just the practicality. And a lot of things you'll see today are hacks to be able to get more calories in, which is the opposite to a lot of traditional diet advice. For example, this shake, 2 cups of OJ and 3/4 cup of plain Greek yogurt. I don't know calories off the top of my head, but it would be several hundred calories. We'll pop it up in the corner there, but several hundred calories, and it doesn't really feel like I'm doing a whole lot, drinking a whole lot. So when someone tells me I need to eat 3,500 calories in a day, but it feels impossible, a couple of these simple hacks and impossible becomes very easy very quickly. This egg and ground beef is nothing special, by the way. It's just scrambled eggs and ground beef that was leftover food from dinner yesterday. Mix those together, and it makes quite a nice combination. Now, the only thing I haven't told you about from my breakfast is coffee. I have decaf coffee. 1/3 of people don't respond to caffeine. I am one of those 1/3 of people. So if I'm not training, where caffeine has other properties other than just making you feel more awake, then I don't feel the need. All it does is spike my blood pressure. So critically analyze, is coffee and is caffeine something that elevates your energy on a day-to-day basis, or maybe decaf coffee is a health choice that you can make to be a bit healthier, because ultimately, if you're healthier, you're going to perform better. So we are off to the grocery store. I'm going to show you guys a full grocery haul as well for when I am on the road, what that entails, how much food I need for a few days, and that's always something that surprises me as well. So come along, nothing fancy. We're headed to Walmart and we're doing a shop. There's Kate, the food assistant of the trip. And here are the groceries, including milk, orange juice, plain Greek yogurt, bag of meat, which is weird. Let's unpack this all back at the Airbnb. We'll see you there. I am back from the grocery store, and this is my haul. This is gonna last me about 3 days while I'm away, with the exception of some dinners that we'll probably have out. So starting with my drinks, I got my milk, secured that thankfully. Got orange juice and my plain Greek yogurt to mix it up a couple of times a day. Going to have one of those in a moment as well. Diet Coke, absolute staple for me. And if you chop up limes and stuff it in the Diet Coke, it's way better than lime Diet Coke. Trust me. We have the whey isolate from Mutant, of course. We've got the Mutant and PBL products from this morning. and a little bit of coffee. This is caffeinated. I usually don't drink caffeinated, but on the road, if it's all I have, I will. Now for breakfast, super simple. We've got bread, 18 eggs, avocados, and some banana. We also have some ground beef, which we'll use in the eggs a little bit, and we'll do a little bit of a scramble with beef in it like we had this morning. I'll do some omelet with the feta cheese and just mix it together, have a bit of fun. But ultimately it's eggs, bread, avocado, protein powder if I need it. Moving on to lunches. I got these from Mr. Meals in Orlando. We are down in Miami now, but when I was up in Orlando, I grabbed these, and if you are in the area, definitely recommend. These are chicken, sweet potato, and broccoli, and these ones are salmon, rice, and broccoli. Those will be my lunches. 7 lunches for 2 days, or for 3 days, sorry. 2 lunches a day, and 1 meal left over to be able to have when I need it. Moving on to dinner time. Potatoes here, some feta, peppers, and garlic on top of the spinach here to make salad. Then we've got asparagus. Asparagus is my second favorite vegetable next to Brussels sprouts. Then beef in a tube. This is a really strange American thing, but it's the best deal for whatever reason. So beef in a tube, 5 pounds of beef. And then we've got chicken breasts, about 5 pounds of chicken breasts as well. Tonight, we're gonna have pasta. So we've got some chickpea pasta, higher protein. Of course, you're getting plenty of carbohydrates when you're eating any type of pasta. I prefer to have less of the carb-heavy pasta and a more balanced, especially because it's going to be in a marinara sauce. So always be cognizant of the food you're having as a whole. I think I need a lot of carbohydrates in a day, but it's fairly easy to get there between the bread, the meals that I have with the potato and the rice, the snacks I'm about to tell you about, the marinara sauce. It builds up pretty quick, so you don't need to struggle to get your carbohydrates in for the most part. And lastly, for snacks, Halo Top, absolute staple. I love my Halo Top. I have one of these probably every day. I love these because it tastes mostly like ice cream. This guy, 300 calories per container, but that's 18 grams of protein, 69 grams of carbs, and 6 grams of fat per container. So macro-wise, it fits pretty well, adds a lot of calories, adds a lot of carbs, and you still get some good protein in there. Next up, I love these pita chips. Now, as a rule of thumb, when I'm looking for snacks, I have 3-to-1 ratio of carbohydrates to fats. Carbohydrates are what's gonna fuel workouts. You generally don't have to try to get fats in. So again, like I said, easy to hit carbohydrate targets because I have stuff like this. As a rule of thumb, 3-to-1, this has 5 grams of fat for 19 grams of carbohydrates per serving. Really quite reasonable. And then a chickpea spread, hummus, of course. This is the vast majority of carbohydrate and very, very minimal anything else. And I love mixing these two together. Great late night snack. Then I have a spread. This is gonna be used on bread or as a snack. I have Biscoff. Now, Biscoff was a really good find for me because peanut butter is virtually only fat. Biscoff has a better balance of carbohydrates and fat. In this guy, we have 11 grams of fat and we have 18 grams of carbohydrates. So anytime I can drop fat down and I can bring my carbohydrates up, I'm getting a better fuel source, I'm still getting some fats. And ultimately, you wanna limit the fat you have unless it's good fat, which I'm doing my best to get with the eggs, the avocados, and some oils that we use in cooking, mostly extra virgin olive oil. So Biscoff, really good find for me. I love it. If you haven't tried it yet, give it a crack. It's fantastic. And then the one non-health consideration is little containers of birthday cake ice cream because everyone deserves an extra 5th snack of the day. And these guys are birthday cake ice cream. So that is the haul for a couple of days. That keeps me going. One big tip I found when traveling, booking an Airbnb is way, way better than a hotel. The only advantage of hotels, they provide breakfast for you, but the breakfast sucks. It's not gonna give you what you need. It's not gonna be great for limiting inflammation, promoting recovery, improving performance, anything. So if you can spend a bit of extra time, go to the grocery store, cook your own food, you're gonna save money, you're gonna be healthier, and you're gonna be able to stay on track way better. So this is my food. It is time for lunch. We're gonna have some lunch, then we're gonna head off to the gym. I'll put a shirt on, unfortunately for you guys, and then we'll get a training session in. All right, I have a squat day. We are at the gym at the Battle Axe in Miami, Florida. If you're ever down here, come check these guys out. We'll take some footage from training as well. But I'm gonna have my madness, 2 scoops of pre-workout. This is my second favorite pre-workout from potentially. Number 1 is one called Mindfuck. This is a high stim. I generally prefer lower stim, but today I'm a little bit sleepy. So we're gonna stick with this, a couple of scoops of this, and we're good to go. In terms of food, I'm not huge on a major structured pre-workouts, extra carbs, something like that. In a perfect world, I probably would have had something, but that just didn't shake out for me today. But ultimately, when you resistance train for strength, you're not burning that much energy, so you don't really need to carve up the same if you're bodybuilding or going for a run. So it can make a marginal impact, but not substantial enough that it really matters all that much. So 2 scoops of pre-workout, grab my gym bag, and we're good to go. So we're at the Battle Axe in Miami, Florida. You can see, this might not look like luxury to other people, but to strongman, this is perfect. From the logs to the stones back here, monster dumbbells, they got literally everything I could ask for. Today is a leg day, so I'm gonna work up to squats. Gonna do 3 sets of 6 at 306 kilos, about 670 pounds. We'll pop that in now. Then gonna move on to some leg presses, leg curls, leg extensions, finish up with calf raises, then on to the post-meal workout. Let's get after it. All right, we are on to post-workout, lunch number 2. I rotate this between a shake, I'm gonna show you guys a little bit later, and a proper meal. So proper meal straight after, chicken, sweet potato, broccoli. It's not overly voluminous, and I find that really important. When I'm looking for calories, heavier calories on liquid food, lighter calories on solid food, that helps me not stay so full so I can get all the food I need for the day. So bit of chicken, bit of sweet potato. Gonna eat this on the way home. Once we get back to the Airbnb home, then I'll make myself that shake, show you guys that, and get ready for dinner time. It's sort of a part-time job as a pro strongman, eating your food. And I don't think I eat that much, but I'm certainly regularly considering when am I going to eat next, how am I gonna prepare the food, and my day is split up into like 4 or 5 days between my meals. I'm almost like that productivity hack CEO guy who says that he's kicking your ass because he has 3 days in one day. I've got 5 days in one day, so I'm kicking his ass and he's kicking yours. So split your day up more. Chicken, sweet potato, not exciting, not happy about it, but gonna crush it. Again, thank you to Mr. Meals Orlando for fixing it, for getting this arranged for me. If you're in Orlando and you need your meal prep, Mr. Meals, get after him. And without further ado, chicken, yeah. Okay, we are back from the gym. Got my little meal to tide me over, and now we're into a shake. So this is very uncomplicated for me, as I like most of my food to be. I'll throw milk in my blender bottle. It would be about 2 cups, but I can never be bothered to measure it. This is my hack for traveling. I always keep 1 protein tub and then 1 set of protein in a plastic bag, because there's no way to reasonably travel with tubs. And I even find smaller, like travel-sized tubs, they're a bit inflexible, they're a bit difficult to fit into a suitcase. Anyway, 2 scoops of that whey protein. That means in this will be about 70 grams of protein, and we'll pop up the full macros up there. Now, bit of relaxation, bit of work time, then we're on to dinner, then we're on to snacks, and then that is the day we'll give you some nutrition totals. We're on to dinner time, the final proper meal of the day before snack time tonight, because I love snacks. Deal with it. Dinner is a couple of chicken breasts, salad with avocado, peppers, spinach, feta cheese, and then I've got a whole bunch of asparagus, my second favorite vegetable, as previously stated. And I have a very important ingredient, lime. Now, I put lime in my Diet Coke partially because it tastes good and partially because it's very strong in the micronutrients of happiness. Now, time for some dinner. We'll get on to snacks and then we'll add up some totals to see how my day has gone. So I got a little excited when it came to nighttime and I ate my Hello Top without recording it. Apologies. But we finished with a total of 4,579 calories, 400 grams of protein. That's a lot. That was too much. 158 grams of fat and 358 grams of carbs. Way low on carbs. I should be about 800 grams. That was a mistake, and that's why my calories were about 1,000 lower than they should be. These are the difficulties of traveling when you're a pro strongman. But that's my day of eating. Let me know what you thought down in the comments. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and leave a moose trot me if you have nothing else to say. As per usual, lift heavy, be kind, and thank you very much for watching.